Hello everyone, Solix Base here. As a difference to many things, I'm the one starting up the podcast today. Our good dear host Victor had some issues back at his house, but we have him in location right now, somewhere around his actual house, I guess. You might hear minor disturbances, so we do apologize for the inconvenience. Our regular recording set has been busted. Today here with us, we got Victor, the Red, our regular host,
Hey guys.
and we've got the slightly annoying, yet in this case you'll have a 33% more chance of listening to. We have Carlos today here with us.
Shut the
Hey!
hell up, Carlos.
So, Victor, up to you. Go on ahead.
Alright. For the topics for today is we got ourselves Mortal Kombat. It's now got a release date. It's coming on April 2015. That's really, really close to us. At least in my opinion, it's really, really close. And if you pre-order it, you got Goro. But let's carry on. Second topic. Robin Williams has been immortalized in the World of Warcraft game. It's been spotted in the Warlords of Draenor beta, which we'll talk about that. And last but not least, Mama director, it's doing the Shadows of the Colossus movie. Ah, God, okay. I don't know. But
You want to start from worst to better?
hey,
start with
you're
the
the
movie?
you're hosting this time. You
All
pick.
right, very, very true. All right, so let's start out with the Mama news. Mama news. Shadow of the Colossus news.
Mama.
Yeah,
Mama news.
I went by it because in all sense of reality, that is the only movie by his name. Like I looked up his director profile earlier, and his only full length film has been that one. The rest, all he has is a
So
couple
he's an
shorts,
independent director.
basically.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I don't find it bad because when you look at some of the actual Colossus per se,
hmm
the
Right.
style is very similar to what he used for the rendering for Mama. So I could
Yeah,
see at least the Colossus is looking decent enough to be pulled
but,
off.
but Mama wasn't a good movie.
It wasn't about one either, Carlos. Like
But you,
if we were to talk about not good movies, then we would basically have no cinema whatsoever per se.
Yeah, I guess you're
you know what's
right.
the problem? You know what pisses me most? Like
What would that be?
you haven't even talked about Last Guardian and you're already talking about Shadow of the Colossus movie. God damn it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. Yeah.
That's like, okay, you give us a movie but you don't tell us shit about the Last Guardian? God damn it. Like at least give us a freaking at least a 5-second glimpse or give us an update. Fuck. That's the one thing that pisses me off about that. Yeah, good. We got to shout out the Colossus movie of a average director, maybe. Maybe it wasn't his directing. It was just script from Mama, which kind of pretty much sucked. But I don't know. Andres Muschietti can do a good job, I guess, on Shadow of the Colossus. But still, oh, and by the way, this has been in the works for years with Sony Pictures. Oh, and what about what? Can you tell me? What, you can't tell me anything about the Last Guardian? Oh, but yeah, thanks for the Shadow of the Colossus. Maybe I'm just putting that there. If we do get Shadow of the Colossus movie, at the moment when they say, "Oh, coming," I don't know, blockbuster of the summer, maybe August 3rd, 2017, and at the moment when the movie comes out, at the ending we got a Marvel ending, and
Did he just
it's basically Last Guardian. I'm just putting that right there. Did you imagine that shit? But
Yeah, I mean,
still,
it would be
I don't know.
interesting, honestly. What does worry me is that I checked the movie, I checked its ratings, both from people and critics. I tend to do that a lot.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, Mama got an average rating. It got a six something rating. So I guess it's open for improvement.
Well,
Hey,
either way, we're gonna watch the fucking movie. So.
yeah, it's
Probably, yeah.
that's actually true.
Like
But hey,
at least if the trailer is convincing enough, we
One of
will
my
jump to
favorite.
it.
It's one of my favorite games. So.
Mama is with Jessica Chastain from Zero Dark 30.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I remember.
yeah.
But yeah.
But quite frankly, I mean, I don't know. I'm not the type of guy to discriminate whenever it comes to video games turned into movies. I do agree that they could really do a better job, like actually sit down and play the game, or get the actual directors.
Hey, hey,
Like Last of Us.
hey, people who are doing Shadow of the Colossus, the movie. Can you actually take notes how it's done, like Neil Druckmann is doing right now? He made the game. He makes now the movie. Like, can somebody actually do that? I think Neil Druckmann has to be the first person who does a video game and at the same time a movie that of his game actually.
Yeah.
Because we got what? We got Super Mario Bros. We got we got Tekken the movie in which I don't know, it was somewhat entertaining, but still no. Mortal Kombat, hey, that's a guilty pleasure for me, but the second one sucked. What else? Street Fighter, the first one with Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile and Raul Julia as Bison.
Yeah.
We got Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li. Oh God! But hey, if you're gonna do the Shadow of the Colossus movie, please do it right. Because I'm pretty much pissed with the Last Guardian thing, and I don't know if that's gonna help me. But hey, if you do that movie and you tend to release it, I don't know, 2017. I got a tip. How about you do a Marvel? Let's just put a quotation: a Marvel ending, because that's what everybody calls it, at the like a secret ending. How about at the ending, as soon as the credit rolls, at the end of the very credits, you show, I don't know, a freaking glimpse of the Last Guardian, because it's been hiatus
what would be pretty
for
freaking cool?
5 years.
You know what would be really cool, Vic? If they were to take, I don't know if you ever heard of this. When the game came out, that it was a pretty huge boom. There was rumors that there was one more Colossus that nobody could find in the entire game.
Right.
They could potentially reference that in the movie, and it would be freaking hilarious.
You think they're gonna do that though?
Well,
again, it's people. I hope the people that are doing the movie play the video game, or have
that's the thing.
Some people that are doing research playing the video game. I hope that's something that they're doing right now.
Yeah, like I'm willing to give the guy a chance because he's still new. We don't know how
and
we
can't stop him either. So fuck it. I
exactly.
guess.
Like, I'm willing to give the guy a chance. Mostly because at least I know that the art style he'll give the Colossus will justify them well enough. But, per se, I can't judge his directing styles because I did watch Mama. I'm not a huge fan of horror films.
Me neither.
I can't really judge whether it was a good or bad one. It was at least entertaining to watch every...
Wait. Oh, fuck. My bad. Oh, shit. I freaking misunderstood Mama for another movie. Wow.
Really?
This is awkward. I thought Mama. Now that I remember, it's like, wait a second. And when I look at it, it says Guillermo del Toro. It's like, oh fuck, this is not it.
See?
This is not the movie. I'm sorry.
See, kids,
yeah, the
this
movie.
Is why you do your research.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't quite remember it, and then by mistake, I think you guys are gonna see really Victor. I mistook it for Devil.
Oh,
wow. Leave a comment, subscribe, guys.
But
yeah, carry on.
Quite frankly, I feel like, okay, we have a new guy on the plate. He wants to try something no one's done before. I know what it's like to be in that position. We all of us know here what it's like to be in that position.
Yep.
Right.
So I say, let's give the guy a chance.
Sure, why not?
And either way, we can't stop him, so fuck it. Again.
Well, if people stopped Michael Bay from directing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, even though he was a producer, anything is possible nowadays.
Like, exactly. We're saying that, it could be a bad movie. We're still gonna fucking watch it.
Yeah, because
we're fucking gamers. We love that fucking game.
And we're gonna.
We hope that he doesn't shit on that game in the movie, like what they did with Prince of Persia.
Still wasn't such a bad standalone movie.
It wasn't that bad, but still.
I enjoyed
nothing
Prince
to
of
do
Persia.
with the fucking game.
Yeah. It's true. The movie could have been better
if it's a video game. Do it as a video game, like what they're doing with Last of Us. The same video game company is doing the fucking game. At least the director.
Well, there are companies that have the resources in order to pull stuff like that out. but not everybody has the resource and time to do so. So it really all
Exactly,
depends.
yeah. So that's not a lot of people that can do that, but at least do your research. Don't see a fucking trailer of the game. Oh, read a script of the storyline of the game. Oh, this is a great story. We should make a movie out of it. Don't do that. Play the fucking game. Pass every fucking monster, every boss.
Hey, get your shit
Pass it.
straight. They're titans.
Colossus.
Get your shit
Titans,
straight.
yeah. God damn it. I'm trying to make a sense here.
You can make sense.
And
That's a
the
thing.
the Colossi, dude.
shut the fuck up!
Reasons why this podcast is rated M for mature. Because cards.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Leave a comment, subscribe, guys. And
But
just
you-
pass
Yeah.
the fucking game. Pass the game. Don't
Beat the
leave
game,
it
not
in
pass,
half.
beat the game.
Beat the game. Yeah.
Be the game.
Shut up.
No,
Go.
no.
We're Puerto
Pass
Rican.
beats.
That does not mean we
Exactly.
don't know perfect English. Thank you.
English.
English. It's
English.
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 Okay, let's stop.
Okay. You know something I do appreciate from video game companies right now?
What?
Next gen porting.
Yes.
Next gen porting.
Next gen porting. Yes, I'm actually jumping straight to the topic. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
hey. Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead. What do you got in mind?
So what's next gen porting for those of you that might not know? Right now, two companies per se have simply decided that games that have been ported to the 360 and the PS3 can be directly ported with the save files straight to the Xbox One and the PS4.
All three.
What do you mean?
Yeah. You forgot Rockstar.
Oh wait, Rockstar's doing it too?
Yeah. With
Yeah,
GTA 4.
Rockstar doing it,
Well,
but
you're-
just the online. Just the online.
Yeah, but
That's what
but
everybody wants. Yeah.
It is something, very true. But right now, you take Minecraft for an example. Came out yesterday, paid $5. You can notice the improvements. You can notice the bigger maps, even though they are limited maps due to sandbox-based game. I really don't mind that.
Me neither.
Hey, it's on consoles. What do you expect?
Yeah, but
No, but
it-
it's next
it
to
is-
console.
it
It's
is
it's
good
better.
to know. It is good to know that a rumor and theory that all of us had is actually possible. Even though you paid $5, all the content you used to have is completely and utterly free. Well, not really, because you paid $5. But you don't have to repay for them separately.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
And on top of that, you can use the cloud effectively to take your maps from the 360, upload them to the cloud, and re-download them once again on the Xbox.
That's one thing that I've always said. I remember talking this to, I don't know if you guys remember, like in the second episode, Vortex Jam. I told him, on college, I told him, because, he does amazing maps. He has this Bloodshed tournament going on. That is one of his maps. And it's amazing how you can port it. That's what I wanted. I wanted to port my maps, my wasted time on the 360 to the next-gen consoles.
Yeah. But you know what other game is potentially going to be doing this?
Pardon me?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a
Game of the
game
year.
that will be coming out in the next 3 days from the time that this has been
2
recorded.
days.
Destiny has been announced to give you a free copy for the Xbox One and the PS4 if you have already purchased the 360 and the PS3 versions by the time that the game comes out. What we're still not clear.
It would be good. Yeah, go on. Go ahead.
We're still not clear on the fact as to whether a save file will be transferred, but considering that it has been
Probably
done
not.
with a more or
I'm
less
pretty
clean
sure
game,
they'll do it. I'm pretty sure they'll do it. If
possible.
everyone's
want to,
doing
they'll
it,
do it.
why won't they? Like, everyone's doing it. I'm pretty sure Bungie will do the same.
yeah, but Bungie's
Probably.
always been one to jump on bandwagons every so and so
Yeah.
and actually do things right.
I love Bungie.
Yeah, I do find it interesting, the fact that Bungie had some issues recently, but they're still holding up pretty well, so I can trust
Yeah.
that this could be a possibility.
But what
Um,
issues?
But you know something? It brings
What issues?
the idea is mostly, games like, for example, Mass Effect that will have a direct sequel years later on, but will have a direct sequel that should be affected
And,
by
and
three
the
games.
thing is that now that you said Mass Effect, the Mass Effect trilogy is coming to next gen, so you
Yeah,
don't have to
wait,
worry with
what?
the old.
Yeah,
You
it
didn't
is.
know about that?
I didn't know about this. What?
the Mass Effect trilogy, even BioWare said it. They already announced it, and it's already been listed. I'm pretty sure it's coming next year or 2016.
Next year.
The Mass Effect trilogy, they're porting it on the next generation consoles, so you don't have to worry about, oh no, my save files from Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 on the current gen, because it hasn't been a year still. Current gen, I can't transfer it on the next generation. You know, that's one thing, and they already listed the next generation port of Mass Effect.
Wait, will they have like what will they do this time? Like take all the DLC, shove it into a disc, and send it to next gen?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because I know EA is evil, but I don't think they're dumb enough to go on ahead. Oh,
Well, not
they're gonna
EA.
do
Don't
that.
blame EA. If blame BioWare if they don't do that, because they're the ones who are developing it. But yeah, it's true if EA gives the thumbs up.
exactly. So wow, this is actually some pretty good news.
They're probably gonna do
I
that
didn't
because
know
if they don't,
this
they're
was going to be a
stupid.
possibility.
Either way, if they do it, it will be good. Because
Dude, I would jump on the bandwagon, go buy myself an Xbox One.
what is up with the word bandwagon?
Xbox
We've been
One.
using that for this
PlayStation
past
4.
2 weeks.
Cause freaking bandwagon. It is a fun term when you think about it. Like you say bandwagon, you immediately see people in your head jumping into this little red wagon, riding downhill to their destiny. You know.
Stop smoking that way, man.
But
I
yeah,
went into some really deep philosophical shit. I'm
Leave
sorry.
a
But
comment,
speaking of
stop.
bandwagons, considering someone here is a pretty childhood diehard fan of Mortal Kombat,
oh,
I might as
fuck
well
yeah.
let you jump on yours.
All right, thank you, buddy. Back to me. All right. Well, yeah, Mortal Kombat X, pretty much Mortal Kombat 10, has a release date, and it's coming on April 14, 2015. I'm pretty sure I like that. It's soon for me, and it's really, really good. Yet I'm pretty much still like on the Metal Gear bandwagon now that we're using that word. But now that Mortal Kombat is soon, like it's coming soon right now. It's coming on April 14 again. And the thing is, and if you the pre-order bonus is actually Goro. They give you Goro for Mortal Kombat 10, and which is awesome. They even show the teaser picture. Fucking looks badass.
Yup.
But this is what's been bothering me ever since. I trust Ed Boon. I trust the team of NetherRealm Studios. I trust, John Vogel. I don't think it's no more in there. But John Tobias, Ed Boon, those original creators. I trust them, but there's one thing that since this game, they look at it more competitive. They're going like Injustice competitive. The one thing that bothers me is the new characters, because I've been a fan. I've been a diehard fan for the stories of Mortal Kombat.
Right.
It's the new characters that not bothers me, but it has me, worried. Because back then on Mortal Kombat 2 or 3, when we got new characters, you wouldn't mind because the story was just a card. Actually, when you finish it, just some cards that shows you, oh, this is what happened. There's this story, backstory and stuff. You wouldn't care. Let's be honest, you wouldn't care about that. But when Mortal Kombat 4 came out, it was new to us. It was new to us. It was 3D. It has endings and stuff. It was kind of new. But for this one, for what happened on the 2011 reboot of Mortal Kombat, giving us now new characters in which I'm not gonna spoil. Still, and that game is too good on story-wise to spoil. I saw Devora. I saw the other characters. I really loved. I was even happy that even Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade even hit it off and got Cassie Cage. They even got a daughter. I was waiting for that shit. So Ed Boon just made them. They made it, and they got a baby. They got a girl called Cassie Cage, which is the daughter of Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade.
Yeah.
I'm freaking happy about that. But still, hey, Mortal Kombat 10, I watched what happened on PAX Prime. Yet this is another thing that worries me of Mortal Kombat. Maybe it's because of the trailer. Maybe it's because of that. But I don't know. They've been holding up the gore. Like they've been holding it back. Like I don't know. Maybe it's the trailers. Maybe it's that because they're not gonna
Well,
show the full
There's
blood.
probably gonna be a
exactly.
setting or something.
Trailers have this rule that games and movies don't tend to have, where you can't show everything that you want to show on TV, but you can show it later on in the theater because people are expecting this type of stuff to be in there,
Well,
or maybe
you
they're not.
can. You can.
Well, you can put-
because Dead Space did it with the Dead Space 2 trailer with all the gore and shit, and Dead Space 1 too showed gore in their trailers.
Yeah, but
so.
at the same time, you have to keep in mind, like, you take Dead Space. Dead Space is an always dark, toned down type of game. So there's a lot of things that you really can't define when they're happening too fast.
Hey,
Mortal
when-
Kombat has various different types of arenas and places.
The thing
There's-
is, about Mortal Kombat, and I'm just gonna stop you just for a moment there.
No,
This is what happened to me when I was too hyped when it rebooted the series. I was like, oh, well, it's good they rebooted, but I was even worried because oh no, whatever happened to Mortal Kombat Armageddon? Are we gonna follow that? And they did in their own way, rebooting the franchise, but. It ended on Armageddon, and we started like again. I was like, all right, I really dig this. This is really good. I liked how you actually took the story, the backstory. You didn't tell us, fuck you guys, you're gonna start a new story. But no, you actually took the previous Mortal Kombat and then you made a new one, but basically a new world and everything. It's basically new. But this is one thing about Mortal Kombat that got me with a bad taste on my mouth, and it was the networking on multiplayer online.
Yeah.
The amount of lag in those games are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Their
play
service was
shit.
the best.
I got Mortal Kombat on PS3 back then, and I couldn't play it for a month because that's what happened with the PlayStation Online thing when it got hacked. I couldn't play
For the
shit.
first time. Okay.
I couldn't play shit. But hey, I was playing locally with my friends, my brother, and the game
That's
was
really
awesome.
what they want you to do. That's
Yeah.
really aimed for a local game.
I know, but if you implement it's embarrassing that Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe has better networking code than the Mortal Kombat reboot.
Indeed, it does.
Yeah, it is.
That's
pretty freaking
embarrassing,
hilarious when
actually.
you think about it.
Yeah, you can see the bugs and stuff. Like it's really glitchy. The animations, like they're stiff and clunky on DC Universe, but still you can play normally on online in DC Universe.
Yeah.
Some people might disagree, but hey, I'm talking about experience here. I had it on 360, Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. I even got it on PS3, and the networking codes are just fantastic.
Yeah,
When I
they are.
started playing Mortal Kombat 9 or reboot Mortal Kombat, 2011 Mortal Kombat, the online sucked ass. Like it was like what 1.5 second lag or 0.7 second lag. It was just horrible. I couldn't even do shit.
Didn't
Some
they
people
fix
actually,
that?
some puppy what?
Puppies.
Yeah, I know. I said
Wolf.
puppy. Wolf. But some people actually
Damn.
are pros with playing on lag, but I don't play with lag. I just found that I don't know, Genie. I just
Didn't
found
they
that
fix
cheap.
that though?
No, it's still crap, dude.
Oh.
But
Well-
they do fix that on Injustice. On Injustice, they
Yeah, they do.
At the beginning when I saw Injustice, like, oh, I like how NetherRealm Studio got off from the comfort zone, and it's now Injustice, not Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, which, yeah, for some people are just that game's stupid. But at the same time, for me, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's
But
awesome. I like it.
it was actually a pretty decent crossover. Jet,
Yeah.
I would have loved it more if it had an M-rated rating, but no.
But
And it's really stupid actually that Injustice networking code. It's actually really really good. They even improvised, and like I said, NetherRealm Studio got off from the comfort zone and did the DC Universe game, and it's actually Injustice. Unlike Mortal Kombat DC Universe, for some people again, they mightn't think that it kind of sucks. For me, it was decent enough. It was
It was
really,
good.
really good. It was a
It was a
really,
good
really good
crossover. It was a good
crossover.
crossover.
The
Yeah.
only thing that I would say is I would have loved even better if it got an M-rated, an M-rated
Rating.
score.
Yeah,
If
but
it was,
it's DC. It's DC, and they don't like that.
Who says they don't like that? Who told
They
you
don't.
said
They
bullshit?
don't want that
dude,
gore and
that's
violence.
bullshit. If you've seen Justice League Flashpoint Paradox, the opposite Batman shoots fucking Thorn in the head,
Yeah.
and you see a freaking bullet hole in his cranium.
We're talking about a company who recently established a no jokes
And sorry
policy.
for the spoiler. Fuck.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. We didn't say what part of the movie. It's
Alright.
cool. It's
But I
cool.
said the name. But go ahead.
Shh. It's cool.
It's a good movie. You should watch it.
It is indeed. But we're talking about a company who just established a no jokes policy.
Yeah.
Who has always had a grim taste for their heroes. And you're telling me they don't want gore in their games?
It was a video game though. They didn't want to touch.
So
I think the only character in the Mortal Kombat vs DC universe that got a good fatality, that actually was a fatality, it was freaking Joker and Deathstroke shooting
Yeah.
somebody in the
Yep.
freaking head. That was the only fatality that looked like, oh shit, he actually killed him. That's M for mature.
if you go ahead and take Injustice, for example, whenever you use Deathstroke, you see the sword go right through the guy's chest while you're doing his own
Exactly.
special.
Yeah.
But
Because
they don't
in
show it
Injustice,
because
they
there's no blood.
weren't
There's
afraid
just
anymore. They said, "Fuck it,
pints
let's
of
do
blood.
this."
Yeah, I mean, like, everything has its limits. Nowadays, gore is something that's starting to be a little more sensitive due to
Gore is already normal in the video game.
it's very normal in the video game world,
Yeah.
Carlos. It's very
In the world,
normal in the nowadays world, but it's not something that people should be completely okay with it. Carlos, we're turning.
It's still being shot.
We all gonna see how blood and gore actually goes when the Evil Within comes out. If that game is a hit, then blood and gore is okay. But if it doesn't hit very well, blood and gore, it's not gonna come any good soon. So
Yeah.
I don't.
Carlos, we live in a time where there's a potential war about to happen at some given point. I'm pretty certain that the least people want to see is gore in their games when they're trying to play it so they don't stress out because there's a freaking war going on outside.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, there's still people that frown upon it.
games are being toned down so you don't become as common and okay with this sort of thing. You need to learn that there's a balance. And considering how many countries have been bullshitting and blaming games for every little problem that happens, they're just trying to avoid as much problem as there is. And I can get that because it's a professional way to handle things. You as a consumer
Yeah.
don't like it? Well, dude, I'm sorry to break it to you. It's kind of good for you in some cases. That's my opinion. Not everybody has to think of the same way.
I'm against that. That people are saying, "Oh, the video games are making people violent." That's not true. People
That's
that-
pretty stupid. I know. That's really.
I know,
You have to blame the parents. Actually, you gotta blame the
Not
parents.
even the parents. Stop
No.
blaming stuff on other people. It was that guy that was fucked up in the head and said, I'm gonna shoot a school.
Okay,
I'm gonna do a shoot on a school.
Carlos.
Alright,
let me tell you a little something about that.
Alright, no. Go ahead.
When someone
Yeah.
has a special condition, you as a parent, you are responsible for whatever happens to your child. If you didn't want to be responsible for a separate life,
They
then don't
know about that.
Dude,
They're not
that
saying,
is something
"Like,
as a
like,
parent
it's
that you
crazy."
should potentially know if your kid has a problem or not.
It's really Carlos. You gotta know that you have to. It's the parents' fault because you have to see what your children are like, what your children are doing, and how are they like.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. And the parents that don't, yeah, they're probably their fault. But some other parents don't know what their child is going through. Like depression is a big fucking thing. Like we can see with Ryan Williams. He was such a happy guy that we thought he was.
Yeah,
But
but
inside of him, he was depressed as fuck.
you know,
That led to his death.
you know what's the thing about Robin Williams, and I'm not saying this to offend anybody, but it has been said before. Comedians tend to be the most depressive people out there.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, we're talking about a man who I will forever respect as an amazing actor and an amazing person, because he really
From
was.
my childhood.
We're talking about a man who went through a hard time for 2 decades of his life.
Yeah.
So I really can't blame him whatsoever. But that is something that his family per se tried to help him out with. He went to rehab. He went to many different places. You really, you might not always know what a person is capable of, but you should at least have an idea of what's going on with them as best as you can. Carlos, you were a guy who at some point in your childhood you were bullied, and I'm pretty certain
I was depressed. Yeah.
you were depressed. I'm pretty certain your parents weren't all like, "Oh, I don't care, screw my kid." They tried to help you at some point.
No, yeah, they did. They did.
Well, then your parents were good parents. They cared about their child.
But sometimes for a person, that's not enough. If they're fucked up in the mind, like there's a condition that you, like literally, when you come to this earth, you're fucked up in the mind.
Well, yeah,
you can't change it.
There are
there's people like
conditions.
that.
There are conditions that cause this,
and you can't even see that.
But that doesn't
in
mean
years.
That doesn't mean, Carlos, that when you see a change in a person's behavior pattern, you shouldn't help him. If you see a minor change, like if I were to see you, like, I don't know, going a little more berserk than a common day, I would get worried, honestly. I would.
Yeah,
ask,
I would be the same. Like, if I see you, I don't know, flipping your shit out for no apparent reason, I'll be like, dude, are you okay? Because that's actually not you. Because we don't see you like that all the time, and that's one thing. Again, going back to that we're still in that topic, but going back to the parent thing, you know, hey, my first video game, and this is like for everybody, my first video game as a kid, it was actually Mortal Kombat 2 on the Super Nintendo. It was it was just that game, and you know that game got a controversy because it was too gory and too bloody.
Yeah.
And back then, but hey, I got my limitations, you know, I know when to stop, I know when, you know, obviously your parents know what they do, but hey, my brother was the one who bought me the games, presented me the game. Hell, I even played GTA 3 when I was like, what, 11 years old, maybe?
Everybody did.
Everybody did. And I turned out alright.
But still, the back to the topic. Video games don't make people crazy. The people are already crazy or they need help. Video games do not push anybody to shoot out of school or kill anybody or make them commit suicide. That is not a thing to put on the video game company's ass. Like, oh, you did this. Like, the developers on Doom.
Alright, what Carlos
the developers on Doom. Like, I felt bad for them because they made a badass fucking game and two kids that liked the game shot out of school. Oh, so that means Doom made them kill everybody in that school.
Carlos, the media is a very strong thing. Same way that you can cause fear in a person by showing news on a channel where you see that 2 people died today in a shootout or whatever. Yeah. The same way, if a person has a problem and you give him a game that has violence, you have been warned that this game has set content.
Yeah, but it doesn't make them violent. Like, if they were violent, they were violent.
Carlos, it can trigger something in the head.
Like the same thing before video games ever happened. This topic has been happening a long time, like with fucking comic books. People say, oh, there's 1,000 people in jail because of comic books. Stan Lee said, and he's great for saying this, oh yeah, but they drink milk too, so probably milk is bad for you too. It makes you a psychopath.
Well, true. But like, Carlos, it
doesn't make you a psychopath.
Well, it depends. You could be lactose intolerant and try to kill a person with a fart, but hey, you know.
Fuck, no. That's not the thing. Like, you understand what he meant.
I understand what he meant.
It's not anything. Like
He's
he
completely
had a
right.
comic book, so oh yeah, that's why he killed somebody.
Carlos, that's the thing though. He's completely right about it. Like it's not the writer's fault for causing that. But people need to be aware of what they're learning. We are a learning species. We see something and part of our head wants to freaking imitate it because it seems fun. But
But you're what you're saying right now is saying that oh yeah, video games make you crazy if
no,
you're
I'm not
in a
saying video.
depressive
Carlos,
state or something like that.
Carlos. Okay, have you ever played a game that's made you cry?
Yeah,
Have you ever
fucking
watched a
Last of
movie?
Us.
Have you ever watched a movie where you leave the theater and you feel like you were in that movie, you're completely hyped out,
Oh yeah.
and you just want to freaking take a car, drive at 90 miles per hour, and go freaking beat up somebody?
No.
You have never made that far. I know
Mm,
people who have made it that far to think of stuff like that. The
they're
thing
fucked up in the
is
head.
that there are people who would actually pull a trigger because they saw it somewhere else. That's how mentality works. The problem here isn't video games. The problem here is people's mentality per se. I get it. But maybe if you tone it down, you are giving these people less ideas.
It's still gonna be an idea for them. Like
It's
if they, like
fine,
it's
fine.
yeah, it's a
But would you
push. It's
like
a
would you
tiny
like to
push.
listen to people say, "Oh, because of your fault, my kid shot somebody." You wouldn't like that. And since that's been a recurring thing over and over and over and over, you get tired of it at some point, and you simply say, "You know what? We're gonna tone this down because we don't want any more problems."
True.
Okay? We're
Yeah,
spreading this topic way too much. We're running a little
Well,
it's
short
a
of
good
time
topic,
today.
and we should talk
Yeah,
about.
if Victor, we should potentially bring this up at
Yeah.
some point.
Yeah.
All right, have maybe a half an hour discussion, maybe less, just
Yeah.
about this. We're gonna jump to our last topic for the night, considering that we've gone a little over time.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So
But ending the podcast with this, ending the podcast. So yeah, mainly rest his soul. Robin Williams has been immortalized in the World of Warcraft game and the Warlords of Draenor expansion.
expansion.
It's actually true.
I
Yeah.
find this very good. There is something very interesting. They took they took three NPCs that were used for another expansion at some point. Like the Genie per se NPC has been found in other like in other expansions hidden away in certain areas.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they gave it some use. You took a Genie per se, you gave him quotes from the Aladdin movie.
Hmm.
You literally took a character that was used for nearly nothing, like for I think it was used for a single boss fight and that was it.
Pretty
And
much.
you reworked it into something nice. There's people that say that this isn't the proper tribute, but in all reality, considering how sort of similar, even though exaggerate, the Genie actually looks pretty close to Robin Williams. It's something that even though it was used before, it can very well be used now. I am actually very happy. I'm
Yeah, it's a
actually
great
It's
tribute.
actually a really good. It's a really good thing about the people who thought of Robin Williams. They actually took this petition to put him in the video game, immortalized him, and I love that Blizzard actually listened to the fans
Yeah.
and even put them. Now it's not to again Nintendo. It's not to pressure you. Hey, you're the boss.
Yes. You should
But,
do that
but-
on
the King of
Zelda.
Hyrule.
Zelda. He named his daughter out of your fucking game. You should put him your fucking game.
Make
Don't be
him
an
the
asshole.
King of Hyrule. Make this a thing. Make him fight Ganondorf.
You're pushing it a little bit.
am I really pushing it?
Like, give him a character, like a great character, like a person that you're gonna remember from that
Okay,
game. Like,
so this is what
oh,
we're
you
gonna
know that
do.
character? I love that character.
This is what we're
That
gonna
should
do.
be
Nintendo,
fucking Ron Billy.
Nintendo. Listen up. Listen straight. You have Hyrule Warriors coming out next year, right?
That's actually true. No,
Make it-
Hyrule War is coming this year.
It's coming this
Yeah.
year.
It's coming in
Yeah,
September.
it's this
On
year.
September.
It's on September this month.
This month.
All right, put it on Zelda U.
Okay, you can put this on Zelda U. You can also make a DLC for Hyrule Warriors.
Or
Put him
Zelda U.
in as the King of Hyrule.
How
Or
about
Zelda
that?
Somebody has already drawn this out. You've never really shown the king. This is the perfect time to show the King of Hyrule.
If you do that, Nintendo, the people will actually love you even
I'll love
more.
you. And I
Listen
hate
to
your
it.
fucking guts.
Nintendo, if you've heard our podcast before, not sure yet, but if you have, you can make this poor soul love you like it used to
I
love
can't
you in his
believe in you
childhood
again.
years.
Buy Shenmue and make Carlos love you even more.
Exactly.
But that's not gonna happen,
Why
right,
only
Carlos?
you? For God's sake.
But yeah,
But yeah, the guy named his own fucking daughter of
Zelda.
your fucking game.
You know what?
You need to respect that, Nintendo, and fucking put him in your game. And
Wow,
Zelda,
Carlos, yeah, you're really that hostile?
it's important for me. It's like his last dying wish.
It's the thing is, you know how many actors die and they're given different tributes. Ron Williams was actually a hardcore gamer per se.
Exactly.
He spent
Yeah,
so
he
much
was.
time. He spent so much time playing during his free time. His kids grew up in that environment. So we're talking of someone who did great charity, who brought laughter and joy to the world, even though he was feeling like crap on the inside.
Yeah.
Sorry for using that term, but I still hate the fact that he's gone.
Yeah. Everybody does.
Like, it's not. There's many actors that go away and people remember them for their different deeds. There's actors that have gone away and they're given shit for the reasons as to how they left the world.
Yeah.
This is the one man who I've seen to have the immense amount of respect. In many cases, you still have the typical assholes that make everybody feel uncomfortable and even insult his family, something that should never be done.
Nope.
Yeah.
We lost a great man that day,
Yeah, we did.
and we're given the chance to remember and treasure the joy he brought us, even though he wasn't in his tip-top shape. Even if people disagree with me right now that they shouldn't do this type of crap because people ask for it, I say they should. Because people, even though we go back to dust, we made history in this lifetime and it should be remembered one way or another.
100% agreed.
All right. Victor, I understand that is the perfect way to end this podcast for today.
That's actually true. So yeah, thank you for listening to the Rating Pending podcast. I was your host. Jose was your host for this time.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, I'll give you the benefit, Jose, to end it. So yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure to be the host of the night. I would like to thank our dear guest and our normal host for being here.
Yeah.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Oh,
And-
Captain, my Captain.
And things shall go back to normal potentially next week.
Yeah.
All right. So
See you guys.
see you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Shoot or suck.